Well, hello, Christina. This is the much anticipated Iceland video. I'm just sitting here enjoying a Corona, although it's almost gone. I hope you don't mind that I'm holding the mic. I am still trying to make this somewhat ASMR. But anyways, so yeah, I guess we will get right into it. But yeah, I'm really happy to be making this for you. You'll probably be seeing this, I don't know, maybe a day or two before the actual video. Just because I am so tired, and I'll probably film tomorrow the video for the channel, but anyways, you're getting the MV, or the VIP experience rather, not MVP. So yeah, I don't know when I will be filming the actual channel video, but no, it should be in the next couple of days. So anyways, this is just how special you are to me. Anyways, 1 second. I had to clear my throat. Iceland was a lot of fun. It was a really good trip. So, was there for about a week. And, so we left last Sunday, the 4th, and then just got back yesterday. And so it was a really good time. We left home, flew up to Toronto, had a 3-hour layover, and then a 5.5-hour flight to Iceland. I've gotten sick on a number of international flights in the past, so I just took a bunch of melatonin and Dramamine and passed out for 2 hours, whatever. So the flight was pretty manageable. We landed in Iceland on Monday morning and immediately went to pick up our rental car, which had a roof tent on the top, one of those little pop-up roof tents. And so it was me and 2 of my buddies, and so we went, picked up the rental car, and then we started our drive. So we were gonna do the whole ring road around Iceland, kind of get the full experience, So started the drive. We started out seeing some old volcano, I think it was, which was really cool. Hiked up to this glacier, ended up actually getting my water bottle full of glacier water, and drinking it, which was, it was the coldest and most refreshing water I've probably ever had. So that was kind of the first day. We did kind of a little bit of the south coast of Iceland. And then, we camped at this, campsite. And so campsites, at least in Iceland, I can't say for the rest of Europe, they are more like glamping. So you pull up to a developed site, and it has bathroom, showers, and a kitchen for a communal kitchen to cook. So it was really nice. And And then the second day we saw some of like the waterfalls in Iceland on the south coast. I can't really remember the names because there's like so many waterfalls in Iceland. Goðafoss or something like that. No, Goðafoss was like a different day, like the second last day. I can't remember the names. I would have to look it up again, but anyways. So we saw those, and then we drove to our second campsite, which was at Vatnajökull National Park. So if you look at like a map of Iceland, you'll see like that big glacier around the like southeast of the island. It's like the big white spot. So we camped south of that, and we like pull up to our campsite like as the sun is coming down or going down, and we decide we're gonna go on this like 8 kilometer hike. So it's like, I don't know, 3-4 miles, something like that. And it was gonna be this waterfall hike up above the tree line and all this. And so we like get all our stuff set up for camping, and then we like take off on this hike. And we get up above to like the top of the hike. We're gonna start the loop back, and then off in the distance we see this like big mountain. And one of my buddies was like, "Oh, dude, I want to go climb that mountain." And sorry again. And we're like, "No, don't do that. Like, the sun's going down. We're in a foreign country. Like, there's not a trail up the side of that mountain. Like, don't do that." And so he's like, no, I'm gonna do it. And then so my other buddy, he's like really good with, he's like into astronomy and just like land navigation stuff. So he like did some quick measurements in his head. And he was like, "Dude, the base of that mountain is like minimum 3 miles away. Like, it's gonna be an hour plus before you, even 2 hours probably, for you to get to the bottom of that mountain, much less climb it. The sun is going down. It's cold. It's Iceland in September, right?" And he's like, don't do that. So he's like, "Nope, I'm gonna do it anyways." And like, so he takes off down the trail to the base of this mountain, and we're like, "Well, crap, like, what do we do? We're not waiting for you." He's like, "No, I don't want you to wait for me, like, just go back to camp." So we're like, "Okay, cool." So we start walking back to camp. And actually, I want to set the mic down here for a second because I need to like use both hands. But anyways, so like the way the trails were, there was like a trail that goes this way back or toward the mountain that he's like wanting to hike on, and the trail that we wanted to go goes like this way and like up, and then had a view of like the down on the trail that he was hiking on. So we get onto the trail that we're supposed to like take back down to camp, and he just takes off down this like other trail, and we're kind of just looking down, you know, like watching him go off into the distance. And I don't know, we sit there, we lose sight of him, and then we like, you know, catch sight of him again way off in the distance. And he's like sprinting up the side of this mountain. So we're like, okay, well, whatever. And then my friend looks at me and he's like, "Hey dude, we should probably wait." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're right, like we should wait for him to come back." So we sit down. Literally, we're on a field of rock. Like, there's no trees. Like, there's just nothing. Like, just rock. And it's cold. And the sun at this point has dipped below the mountains. It's still light outside, but like the sun is gone. Like, it's going to get dark. But like the way the sun sets in Iceland, at least at this time of year that we were there, it was like very long set. So like it took like an hour and a half before it got completely dark. So we probably sit on the side of this mountain for an hour, and we wait. We like layer up, and then my friend had brought an emergency blanket, like one of those reflective ones. So the two of us are like cuddled up next to each other, like under this emergency blanket, just like waiting for our buddy to come back. And then finally, after about an hour, I say, "Hey, dude, like we should probably head back down to the car," which was the only place we had cell service or service because we had Wi-Fi down there. I was like, because we're not doing anyone any good by sitting up here waiting for him, because we have no way to contact him if he does come back. So we need to go down and start making like a contingency plan for if he doesn't come back, because this was an immensely dumb idea. So we hike back down the mountain in the dark. We get, back to the car, and we get in the car. We like start it because my friend needed to charge his phone because it was like almost dead, and he was like looking at his maps, like he's good, like I said, with land nav stuff. So he was like doing all of this like calculations to figure out exactly where we'd been. And we were making a plan basically of like, okay, here's where we've been, like here's a timeline of like when the dude set off, when our friend set off, basically, in case we had to like call search and rescue to like, pull him off the side of a mountain. And we're sitting there in the car, and I guess what my friend was saying is that the law in Iceland is that like you can't ever have your headlights turned off when it's dark, so like they have to be on. So the car physically was not able to like turn off the headlights completely. So we're sitting here in this car, and there's like people around us and like campers and all this stuff, and this like German lady comes up and like knocks on the window after like we've been sitting here for like 30 minutes, and like the window's all fogged up because it's cold. And she was like, hello, can you please turn off the car because we are trying to enjoy the nature? And I was like, yeah, sure, we can do that. He's like, okay, can you do it right now, please? And we're like, yes. So we turn off the car. My friend's like, well, I like need to have the car because like I need to charge my phone. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry, like we can't disturb like our neighbors, at the campsite. So, he was like, well, we're gonna have to probably drive somewhere. And I was like, dude, it's a stick shift car. Like, I can drive stick, but like not very well. I can limp along, basically. And so, he's like, yeah, well, we might have to. I was like, well, we can find a power outlet, like, at the bathroom or something, and, like, plug your phone in, and, He's like, no, like, we're fine. Like, I made all of the sort of contingency plan stuff that I needed to make. Like, we're good, whatever. Now we just wait to see if our friend comes back. So, at this point, we are literally just sitting outside in the cold. Like, we had a little camp stove, so we made tea. And we're just drinking some tea. And, we see this light, coming down the side of the mountain. It's like running, like we can see it bouncing up and down. And my friend's like, oh, I bet that's our other friend. Like, everyone else has headlamps, and like it's like a steady light coming down the mountain, but this one was like bouncing up and down. We're like, I bet that's him. So we turn down the gain here a little bit. I think it was a little high. Hopefully not too bad, because I'm not gonna be re-recording this one, so you're gonna have to put up with my high gain in the beginning, at least. So he's like bouncing down the mountain, and then sure enough, it's him. So we like he gets back to the car. We're like, hey dude, like, and I was just like, dude, you are a effing idiot, right? And he was like, oh yeah, well, I climbed the mountain, so we're good. I'm like, yeah, well, we were all worried, and like we were making this whole contingency plan basically for like in case you die on the side of a mountain, right? And so it was like, but so it ended up being fine. We all drank tea, and then like the Northern Lights came out, and we're just like sitting there like, oh, watch the Northern Lights, and it was gorgeous. So yeah, that was literally day 2, and I was like, dude, our whole entire trip is gonna be cut short because of the stupidity of this friend. But it ended up being fine. And we continued on. He was the only one that could like drive the stick car with any sort of like what's the word? I can't remember. Anyways, like he was the only one that like was capable, or not capable, because I could drive. Oh, the word on the tip of my tongue. I don't remember. And it was like, yeah. Anyways, so that was day 2, and then the rest of the trip really wasn't super eventful. We just did the rest of the ring road. We saw this old plane wreck, which was really cool. And then I guess I mean the country was gorgeous. It's mostly just like sheep and mountains, and like the northeast of the country has some trees, but that's like about it. There's like no trees, it's just grass and rock and sheep. I think there's probably more sheep than people in Iceland. But no, so anyways, so then the last day we get to Reykjavik, and we had tried to schedule the Blue Lagoon because, I mean, you know, the Blue Lagoon's a classic. And the Blue Lagoon was completely booked. So we're like, well, crap, what are we going to do? So we found this other place called like the Sky Lagoon or something. It was like another hot spring. It was pretty cool. But I want to go back and experience the Blue Lagoon because that's just classic Iceland. Yeah, so the last day we get to Reykjavik. This was day before yesterday. We get to Reykjavik, and we unpack the car, pack everything up, and then we go to this Sky Spa or whatever it was. Really nice hot spring. They had like a swim up bar, so we were getting like ciders and stuff. And we just like sat in the hot springs for like 2 hours, and just talked and watched the sunset, and then went back to the hotel, fell asleep. One of my friends was flying out to Greece the next morning at like 6 a.m. So his alarm goes off at like 4. He's a really heavy sleeper, so he has his alarm on a 1-minute snooze interval. So every minute, gong, 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 he'd roll over, turn it off. A minute later, gong, gong, gong. Right? It's like, So, that was fun. And then me and the other buddy were flying back to the US because he had to go back to school and I had to go back to work. And we were just so mad because it was like, dude, like, your flight's at 6, but ours is until 10, so, like, you just keep waking us up, and, like, we don't need to be up till, like, 7 o'clock, because we were literally right by the airport. So, finally, he got up, left, and then we went back to sleep, woke up at 7, caught the shuttle to the airport, and then flew back to Toronto, where we had a 5-hour layover, and then flew back to the US, and that was basically the entire trip. I wish there was like some more detail, but I mean, really, like, kind of an uneventful trip, other than the whole mountain situation. But yeah, that was basically it. It was a really good trip. I want to go back, see some of the stuff we didn't get to see. So I don't know, maybe, probably not next summer because I want to do something else. But we'll see sometime in the future. I would love to go back, do a little bit more in-depth travel around a little kind of specific region of the country. But yeah, it was a fun trip. And really happy I went. So it was country number 17 for me. I got this hat in Iceland. Really cool. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. This is your personal video. This one's not going to get posted on the channel, so I'm going to put it on YouTube, and I'm going to unlist it, so it's just for you only. And then, yeah, I'll probably record another video, but maybe a little bit less rambly than this one. But I feel like you appreciate and deserve the ramble, so in the next couple of days, whenever I am, like, not exhausted anymore, so yeah, I'm going to be sending you this, like, right now, once it uploads from YouTube. So I hope that you enjoy, and yeah, I really appreciate you. Really happy that we are talking. So yeah, enjoy the video. I'm going to go to bed after this, and I guess I will talk to you tomorrow. So hope you enjoy.